Welcome one and all to the last part of the Defensor series. Another one in the books. I've already said I'm not going to be going right through Sky Rain. I'm not going to be going right through Optimus Maximus or Ultra Prime. After this series, whenever I can get my hands on Onslaught, I will do the Brutica series, and if I can get my hands, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Computron in that box set, I will review that. But we are nearing the end, thankfully. And we have pieces everywhere. Stick around. We're going to put them together. We're going to make a Defensor. And we're going to have a look at how your Legends class Groove could still work as a leg along with Rook. So stick around. I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we will conclude the Defensor series once and for all in the latest GotBot True Review. Welcome TF fans, welcome YouTube fans, welcome everybody to the channel. I'm glad you came, I'm glad you dropped by for a visit. We're going to put us together a Defensor today. We're going to look at all the same things. We're going to look at posability, playability, paint apps, and transformation. But we need to put them together first, don't we? So for now, let's move everything off to the side and start with our torso. This is hotspot in torso mode, and he looks good. Here, I'll even angle those back a little bit. He looks good. I'm a big fan of how this turned out, and we need to start giving him pieces, don't we? So we'll begin with his arms. If you haven't already done it, flip down that black piece to reveal a combiner port on the side. I'm going to take Blades and put him in as the left arm, because to me Blades is a left arm. And it just slots in. You have a combiner peg port here, and you have a combiner piece that just slots down into it, just pushes down, it's easy. That's one arm done. On the other side, flip down the tab to reveal the combiner port, and we're going to take us a boom first aid. And again, you have your your combiner peg here. It's going to go into, slide down into that slot right there. To give us a right arm. It should slide in easy. There we go. And there. Now he has two arms. And I guess I will take a second to make sure that that's on tight, like that. There's the upper body of Defensor done. Next, and I'll lay that down for a minute. Next we have this leg. It is the Streetwise leg, and he is going to become a right leg, and you should have the feet up on the sides. There should be a combiner slot available, and here's your combiner peg, and that just slides right in there. If you want to leave this up, a lot of people don't like it stuck out like that. If you want to leave it up, you certainly can. I like it flipped down. And now we're missing one leg. And we're also missing a chest piece, technically. But he's going to have to stay like that for now, because I need to talk about Rook for just a couple of minutes. Okay, so here is the Combiner Wars Rook. He normally slots on as a leg, and then you would take Groove and put him on as a chest piece. Some people really put up by that. Either they want the Unite Warriors Deluxe Class Groove to, well, to create a proper leg. Or they're still waiting in the hopes, and perhaps vain hopes, that there's going to be a deluxe class Groove come out as an online exclusive. I don't think that's going to happen because we have this Legends Groove, and he looks a little funny here now. He's pretty much in motorcycle mode except for his arms. You'll notice his arms are not in motorcycle mode. I'm going to show you two ways that you can attach him to this guy so that you can get that motorcycle leg look if you so desire. The first way is to do it this way. You just leave his legs combined as if he was going to be a motorcycle and leave them out straight. You know, you would normally have him, normally what you would have done is you would have him turned, you know, like this, and you'd have the arms pegged in on the sides here in motorcycle mode. And I'll even take a second and do that. I will even take a second and do that for you just so you can see where we're going with all of this. At least I hope I can do that. Ooh. One moment. As we peg that in, and we peg that in, and there he is in motorcycle mode. Now obviously he's too small to be a leg by himself, or that's pretty much motorcycle mode. There you go. He's too small to be a leg by himself. That's just the fact of the matter. So we need to do something with these arms to try and fan mode him into a leg. Well, we're going to leave the vacuum just as it is. We're going to take the arms and bring him up as if he was going to be a robot. And we're going to take the arms and we're going to put them out behind him like this, basically. And you're going to turn them. And you're going to turn them like so. Now you have these hands facing out. And we're going to bend him a little bit at the waist so that he looks like this. And we can even angle down his windshield there a little bit. And here's basically what you have. In Rook, if you untab this, you will see that there are two panels, I guess we'll call them, down here. The hands can slot over these two panels. And that's basically what we're going to do. So you take the hands and bring them in. And this is viciously hard to try and show on camera. And it's not the easiest thing to do, to be honest with you. It's doable, it's just not easy to do it. Hold on to the shoulders maybe. And bring them down over and push the hands on over those pegs like so. And then bring this up. Angle that like that, and boom. There is one option for having, let's even take that down to cover his face a little bit. There's one option for having a motorcycle leg. It makes a large kneecap, there's no doubt, because you already have this piece here, and it doesn't quite peg in exactly properly because the hands are sort of in the way a little bit now. But there's one option. If you like it, do it. You're pretty much just leaving him in motorcycle mode, putting the hands behind him, facing the fists out, putting him in, and then angling this. I mean, you don't want to really see his face there, so you don't want to leave it down, you don't want to leave it all the way up. You just angle it a little bit, kind of like that. Or there is another option, because some people see this and they say, wait, no, that's still no good because he should have his tire out front. Well, then let's go with another option. Again, you leave the arms as if he was in robot mode, and now you're going to be able to bend down at the elbow, and again, we still have the fist facing out. Now you're going to say, hey, we have all of this left here. True. And we split the legs, turn it to the side, and turn it to the side. So he looks like this. The legs are out to the side. They're not going to be able to peg together, but you know, that doesn't really matter. The tire is now out front, and the arms are bent down behind with the fist still facing out. And we do the same thing. We attach him so that his fists go over those panels inside. Like so. And we bring it up like so. And we bring the legs down on the front, and boom, there you go. Now you have a tire out front. Again, it's a large knee. It works. You know, it does what it needs to do. It works. I was tempted, and for a little while I did display him with Groove as a knee, and I was okay with it, even though it was large. But the official mode and what I do now is put Rook like this. I think it makes logical sense that Rook would be, you know, actually I suppose Rook should even be a bit bigger than a car or the helicopter or the ambulance, but I can buy Rook as a leg for Defensor. And I will angle this up a bit. And there you go. For a lot of people, that is Defensor done right there. Or if you want, you know, this guy put on as a knee, you can certainly do that too. But this guy's supposed to be a chest piece. So how do we do him as a chest piece? Well, I've already shown the transformation in his review, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it here now, because I really don't need to spend a lot of time on it here now. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take his legs and turn them so that those star pieces are out. The slot that's here, or yeah, the slot that's here is going to go over the peg that's on his arm. Like so. And the slot that's on this leg is going to go over the peg on this arm, like so. Doesn't want to do it. There you go. There we go. And now, unlike Blackjack, when this guy attaches, there are a couple of pegs here on his arm. They go into a couple of holes on the chest. This might come apart as I attach it, but it's easy to fix after. So let's see exactly where those holes are. We'll peg him into those holes, like so. We will just reattach hopefully we will just reattach the legs to the arms like that, and on this side like that, and boom. In the end, there we have Defensor. We can also take Rook's, if you do this, you can also take Rook's weapon and store it right there. And as far as this goes, I don't know. There's a hole in the hand that this fits in, and it kind of mimics the look that he's holding the weapon, actually holding the weapon, even though technically he's not holding the weapon. And there we have Defensor. The transformation is like the other ones. I mean, it's easy to put the pieces together. It's a 10. You know, you just slot the arms down into their spaces, you just slot the legs into their spaces, and even if fixing the chest, yeah, okay, his legs came apart, but whatever. Once you have those arms put in the chest, it is secure. I mean, I can pick him up and shake him, and I mean, Groove's not going anywhere. So here we have Defensor all together. You know, in terms of transformation, he's a 10. He's a 10 just like all the other combiners are a 10, because you just slot the arms down, you slot the legs in, you put the chest on, and when you put his chest on, though the legs might come off, I mean, it pegs in tight and the legs peg on no problem. So he's a 10 there. For paint apps, there's more white on the Unite Warriors version. There's more white on the Unite Warriors version. He's all kind of gray on the Unite Warriors version. The centerpiece doesn't obviously have the Legends groove on it. Even if you just have the centerpiece as it is, there's more blue on it and you don't have the silver and red detail. I like this version better. I like it better than the Unite Warriors version. I know the Unite Warriors version is, I guess, more accurate, but I like this guy better. So, though I haven't done it with the other combiners yet, I'll say it now. Each of these combiners, they're about a foot tall, roughly. If you compare them to, a Voyager, here's where a large Voyager comes up. Here, let's even put that down. Here's where a large Voyager comes up. And yeah, I mean, a combiner should be bigger. If you want to compare him to another combiner, let's bring in, here he is with Superion, and he is slightly shorter than Superion. Maybe he's, 11.5 inches, something like that. But again, they look good together. Man, I can't wait to get Computron. So we'll take him out of the way, and because some people have wondered, here he is with the biggest daddy of them all, Devastator. Yeah, obviously Devastator is a lot bigger, but again, I think I like this. Devastator was the original combiner. He should probably be the biggest. So I think it works. I think it works great. I think Defensor looks great. Some people have complained and they say he leans forward when you stand him up. If he leans forward, I think it's because of that chest piece. What I do to combat that is I put the thigh pieces back one extra click from where you think they should be. It's gonna kind of look like he's leaning back when he has no limbs on him, but once you put the limbs on, gravity, folks, gravity is just going to pull him a little bit more forward, a little bit more down, but he looks great. He stands like a champ. So now posability, playability, same as other combiners. The arms go out to the side a nice way. You have the double elbow band right there. The shoulder, I would hold onto the back if you want to twist the shoulder, because that whole shoulder assembly will bend, and when it bends, you're going to get the chest piece come off. Still, it's only a matter of, pegging that back on over. Even if you don't want to attach that chest piece, you have great shoulder articulation. The head goes left and right. It doesn't really look up or down. The thighs, if I put his arm out, the thighs, they'll go out to the side, a lot. They come in, they go forward, they go back a lot. This thigh over here on me tends to come apart a little bit, but that's not the mold, it's just my version of the figure. We have a swivel at the knee where the combiner peg is. We have, that nice deep, at least 90-degree knee bend. That's true on both sides. I guess the feet kind of swivel in and out because they're just, hand-foot pieces connected on. The wrists swivel around. So for posability, playability, because of the couple of pieces that unpeg, like that chest piece and whatnot, I'm going to give it an 8. It's certainly better than Menasor. Not quite as good as Superion. So he's going to get an 8 for posability, playability. Transformation's a 10. His paint apps that I discussed, they're a 9, even though it's not quite animation accurate. And posability, playability is an 8. Overall, Defensor as a combiner is a 9. If you don't have a Defensor, You know, you always have the third-party options, but in all honesty, for a functional, for a affordable alternative, the Combiner Wars Defensor is probably the way to go. I enjoy him. I think you'll enjoy him too. Thanks for watching, and like I said before, we'll have a look at Bruticus when I can, and we will hopefully have a look at Computron again, fingers crossed. Thanks for watching. Check me out across social media. Check out Machinery of Man and the Everything Factor. You know, subscribe to me and comment and, you know, destroy that like button. And I will see you next time that we have a visit inside the videos. Thanks for watching.